From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Brian Todd with today's Voice Briefing. It's Monday, March 17th, 2025.
I'm Susan Tompour, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. The Federal Trade Commission has issued startling new numbers for the dollars lost to scams. Skilled online crooks and con artists snagged $12.5 billion in 2024 from unwitting consumers. Another record was set. The old record was set in 2023, and it was more than $10 billion. Michigan consumers reported losing about $204 million to all types of fraud last year. While seniors tend to lose the most money as a group, younger consumers are falling victim to scams too. All sorts of tricks are being pulled that can appeal to every single age group. Job scams, online shopping scams, and more. In Michigan, more than 4,000 reports about fraud and scams were made last year by consumers in their 30s. This group reported losing about $8.6 million. The median loss was about $310. Popular scams involve situations where crooks impersonate a well-known business, offer bogus deals to online shoppers, pretend to be someone from a government agency such as the IRS, make phony promises involving fake sweepstakes, and pitch scams involving fake jobs and employment agencies. Consumers need to be on high alert for any promises for making fast cash. Nationwide, nearly half of the dollars lost, some $5.7 billion, involved money that consumers lost to investment scams, the single largest scam last year. That's a 24% jump from 2023.
Hey there, everybody. This is Omari Sankofa II, Pistons beat writer for the Detroit Free Press. On this week's episode of our podcast, The Pistons Post, Bryce Simon and I break down which core players have exceeded our preseason expectations the most. Here's a quick snippet of our conversation. So I actually had Stu 3 on my list, and I was one of the highest ones. I think 3 people voted him 2. The thing with Stu is that I think everybody agrees that he's been like the backbone of the defense in a lot of ways, even though he's come off the bench. And him and Malik Beasley, just really what they've brought to that bench unit has really just kind of stabilized, even without having necessarily like a secondary scorer who could be the primary when Cade's out. Like it's given them enough to like not be buried when Cade sits, like what would happen last year. And Beef Stew's been a massive part of that. So I guess the thing for me is that Beef Stew has almost entirely abandoned the 3. He has played very little 4. He's been completely dialed in as a 5. And not only has he been one of the most impactful defenders in the league within his minutes, he's also improved significantly as a finisher at the rim, which previously was a weakness, and that's gotten better for him as well. I'm surprised that
No. I get to do this. This is my Stu. I'm literally upset, Omari. I'm mad about this because I had sleepless nights debating Pistons fans telling me how much Stewart sucked and how he shouldn't be, how they didn't want him on this team, how he wasn't impactful, all of this.
You can hear that full conversation in this week's episode of The Pistons Post, which is available wherever you listen to podcasts. And as always, you find our latest coverage on freep.com/sports.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.